Hello, and welcome to Strange Horticulture. I may have to do some volume adjustments as we move along, so please be warned. I will do my best. Hopefully the lovely chat here will rein me in if things get too loud or too soft. Peaceful piano then turns into dubstep. Let's hope not. Let's start a new game, shall we? The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out to the upper floors so that the neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or, more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. A normal Tuesday shaking people's hands out the window. I like the accessibility features. That is important. A different plant store game than the one you got off Steam. There we go. I found it! An excerpt on the elusive Wandering Boo. Come to the library in Ambleside and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the Gilded Dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give Hellbore a good scratch behind the ear from me. You didn't really miss much. We inherited a plant store from our uncle called Strange Horticulture. And this cat is apparently named Hellbore. Hello? Is he sleeping? Oh! Purr. Oh. Splendid. Why is the music so sad? Is the volume good, by the way? So what do we got here? A closer inspection. It smells of nothing that I can detect. Interesting. It smells strongly of soured milk. Bad enough to make my eyes water. Let's go through these all in turn in a bit. Oh, what else we got? The will to explore. I have neither the time nor the inclination. Okay. And a rising dread. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Hellbore is a good cat plant related name. I concur. Are we going to use these plants to solve murders? I hope so. Well, let's... Ding dong. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day, surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me. But nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has got the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. St. John's Poppy. Okay. Volume sounds a bit loud. Let me turn it down a bit. I want this to be good, so... How's this? Good. Alright, what do we got? Strange Book of Plants by Wilfred Voynich. Why did she come to the plant store to request detective work? Well, presumably St. John's Poppy does something of the sort. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, they are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. You could tell this is English, British English, because of the spelling of encyclopedia there. Alright, let's have a look. Bishop's Parasol. A mushroom found in dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets close to it, It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Farmer's worry. A spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities, grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect is worn off. It may be a while if I go through these all individually, so let's... here we go, St. John's poppy. Isn't that what a secret detective is called? A plant? Tell you there's a... How do you pronounce that? Dichotomous key? Let's see. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draft that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. The flowers of the St. John's poppy are bright red with a yellow center. Well, we got these. Let's have a look. Flowers are red with a sweet scent. We got 5 leaves, or 5 petals. That seems correct. There we go. Plant identified, St. John's poppy. Dichotomous. Thank you. Not dichotomous. Let's see. Clavilium. According to legend, clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Really? How do you open a door with that? Okay, library and Ambleside. Well, if we get the will to explore, we'll have to check that out. What else we got? Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. I want that. What do we got? Map of Undermere. Oh, okay. Oh, good. I can use the scroll wheel to zoom in here. Okay, so there's Undermere. There's Arnside, and what else was it? Backbarrow? Backbarrow, okay. Let me zoom back. That plant, much like Jill, is the master of unlocking. Huh? I shove it in the locked lock and it melts the internal workings. Okay, library in Ambleside. I would like to learn about this wandering Bue? Okay, Ambleside. No, that's Arnside. Where's Ambleside? And then the rest of the stream is me squinting at the map. It does say Ambleside, right? Yes, Ambleside. Ambleside. Doko desu ka? Oh, here it is. Ambleside. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. What do we got? Gilded Dendra. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to Dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Oh, and the wandering boo. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a single night. The toads are revolting. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Finger's Bane. So toads, but they bite. You would like a plant sandwich. A salad? No, it's totally different. Maybe is avocado toast a plant sandwich? What else I got? I got a magnifying glass. Hello, Hellwar. Such a good cat name. And interesting. Some sort of... What do they call? Not a codex. Not a cryptex. I'm not sure what they call this. But clearly that must be used for some sort of problem solving. We got labels. I guess if I want to label a plant. There you go. That's your name now. No, I'll affix that with whatever that plant really is. Avocado, don't start with the food debates. Hello. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants, though, eh? Got a letter for you. Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I had come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travelers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. The bell ringing sound was pretty loud. Okay, let's... Can I turn down the sound effects too? And I'll turn down the music a little. Better? Hopefully. I don't want to deafen anyone. Meanwhile, what else we got? Sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrel. Let's find that. Okay, northeast of... I'm going to assume it's these hills. Let's see. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a gray morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing, too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over. A cloud of unwelcome shade. What I get? That looks dangerous, probably. I mean, you never eat strange berries off plants. It does say dangerous. Let's have a look at it. Red fruits, long, flat leaves. Well, if a rude customer comes, we can have them try it out, right, Hellbor? Yeah. Oh, I love the purrs. Hopefully that's not too loud. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way round, down through Backbarrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now, and I've brought Fennec from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. Lemon dandy? Well, that sounds like, if not a candy, then a mixed beverage, but, let's see. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. So, curled leaves. Give the witches a bottle of fresh water and they'll clear out. It's making me think about Pokemon and, well, you deliver tea to the guards in the remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, but it used to be whatever you got from the vending machine, so fresh water. These are kind of curly, but no, the flower doesn't look right. This, what is this? This is weird looking. A scent that scratches at the back of my throat. Let's see. Oh, curly! Curly? Smell is faintly off-putting but not overpowering. That looks right. Yeah? I guess the name is a bit of a misnomer in that it's not yellow. Do you want some curly? You do want curly. Very good. Cool, who's bringing me these new plants? What do I get? Pale yellow flowers. The leaves are quite soft. The yellow flowers in the black pot would be the plant. These? The leaves are coarse to the touch. Do I want curly or would I prefer moe? Only if it's moe. Oh, it changed my tag. Fine. Let me head out again because I've also got this note. Let's see. Okay, so Gosforth is... Oh, there it is. Okay, Gosforth. Recovery in the woods to the south of town with a group of traveler on the northeast corner of the wood. So, here? The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Oh. Well, here's some curly leaves. Well, good thing we didn't get that in time to get mixed up with curly. A single sweet-smelling dark flower. How about your... Actually, no. You know what? You're Larry. No. It doesn't look like a Larry. It's Mo, but you pronounce it Moe. This is Moe, everybody. Say hello to Moe. What? Is there a... What is this? Hang on, there's a thing on my shelf. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I have this. I don't know what to do with this. Can I... Nope. I'll just put that in my drawer. Curly Joe was the stooge that replaced Curly. Definitely Mo if someone's dissing your fly, girl. Just give him one of these. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child. A sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. Faye Swift. Faye grew up with her mother. Her father was rarely violent, but once is enough. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled in the night, the sleeping Faye held close. Faye often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to strange horticulture, seeking relief from her nightmares. Okay, and oh, there's a chat log. Okay, that's handy. Curly, Shemp, Joe, Curly Joe. You know, I never knew there were more than the original 3. Okay, Forest Camphor. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Let's see. The strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made of many smaller flowers. Soporific? Am I saying that right? I've never had to say it out loud. Okay, a rounded, dark blue cluster. This, maybe this one? It's pungent, but not unpleasant. The bulb is a soft yellow, the leaves are waxy. 6 petals. It's a little blue cluster. And it's got a bulb. That looks good. If this isn't Forest Camphor, I'm not responsible. I feel like I need to make them sign a waiver. There we go. Butterdale. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people. My uncle should have labeled this stuff before he croaked. I mean, maybe he just knew offhand. I mean, at least I have a book. And he's trusting that I don't stick anything in my mouth. I guess I don't have anywhere to go. I don't know what this signifies, so... Can I just go somewhere? Does it matter? What's his name? Eamon? Amos. Said Gosforth. Gosforth was terrible. What's in Gosforth? I should not have come here. A darkness hangs over this town like an executioner's blade. I feel a rising dread in my chest. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so I guess that town just sucks so bad that it's making us freak out a little bit. I understand. I can't die yet. I need to finish my cataloging. Got any wandering boo? That always reminds me of... What's his name? That old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the boo, if you've got it. Okay, the biting toads. Okay. Quite hard and sharp. Okay, it looks like there's like little bumps. Can I turn the mushroom upside down? I cannot do anything with it. Okay. This doesn't mention anything about a smell, so it's probably not that. Not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red spores protrude from the caps. Oh, maybe you. I mean, you've even got white with red spots, like a toad. I guess we could see if it walks around a bit, but here's your wandering boat. There we go. What'd I get? Lady of Summer. The leaves curl around delightedly, which, combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature, make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Oh, I wonder if this Moe is our Lady of Summer. It's got curly leaves and a little drooping bell. And two... Are these, what, the stamens, I think? The bits. I haven't thought about plant anatomy in a while. So maybe Moe is our lady. I did not reference... No. I did not reference that infamous PSA directly. Anthers. Thank you. The wandering bow is gone on a walkabout. Oh no, it's on strike. Row H, the third river. It started when she found something. Something that she was not meant to find. A book, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. You when you go to Louisville, what, in Kentucky? It is Louisville, right? Not Louisville. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, row H, the third river. Okay, River Ert. River Esk. River Dudden? I don't have to match the shape on the card, do I? It's row H, third river. Let's try it. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotten flesh. Death for one provides life for many. Louisville? Louisville. Wait, there's more than one in America. Of course there is. Oh, this isn't Our Lady, is it? No, because the Lady of Summer had curling leaves. Louisville, Texas is pronounced Louisville. Well, now I know if I ever go there how not to immediately out myself as a tourist. I guess... Well, let me have a look at what I got here. The dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. Oh. Okay, probably not one you'd want as a fancy ornamental centerpiece. Unless you want to deter your guests from touching your stuff. Bring me a sample of Apis demyssus, and be quick about it. A damn cat is setting off my allergies. How dare you? Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Man, I had a customer yesterday we were all very mad at that said to us, because we don't have a condiment stand out anymore, and said, "You guys know COVID is over, right?" And you could just, all of us rolling our eyes. Anyway, Apis demyssus. I wonder if Apis has anything to do with bees? I don't know Latin, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Gandy roots. A plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. So, like, don't just, like, stick the whole thing in your mouth. Gandy roots. Okay, so it's got a bell that kind of curves over with one anther. So this one has two, so I'm gonna say probably not. Although it did say only the petals are safe. What does it say? Ache from handling it, so it doesn't mention the leaves specifically. Any of you are leaning over? What about you? Oh, here we go. 3, 4, 5 with a little anther in the middle. Leaves are coarse to the touch. Yeah, sure. Here you go. Take it. I drop my luggage and Canadian flags and Tim Hortons spill out. But I still say American town names perfectly, but the way I say tomorrow apparently outs me as a Canadian. Mutton chops count 1. Shouldn't it be 2? Meekdew. The beautiful flowers, made up of many smaller florets, make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. So I really shouldn't stick any of this in my mouth, is what I'm getting. Okay, it is stamen. Anthers at the bit at the end. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. Thank you. Ooh, a wax seal. There's an old slate mine at Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Alright, let's go. These are all in miles, huh? How American. Oh, I see. Vel is counting mutton chops, plural, not... I guess nobody counts singular mutton chop. Give him the cat extract. Hang on, what does this say? Okay, slate mine at Hard Knot. Okay. If anybody spots something on the map, by the way, feel free to give me the coordinates. In case I like stare at it and I just go past it. Oh, never mind, here we go, Hard Knot. Am I just... So I'm here. Am I just walking, you know, like, not quite 10 miles? Well, there and back into the mine for a plant. Oh. An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Clavilium. Are we actually gonna use that plant? I'm going to assume, like, I run all the way back to the shop, and then I grab clavilium, and then carry it in a pot back with me. Heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Okay, something with heart-shaped leaves. Well, you're just leaves, but you're not heart-shaped, so... Heart-shaped leaves, heart-shaped leaved. How does the Nirvana song go? Hey, wait, I've got a new complaint. I feel like the flowers are throwing me off. Is there anything down here? Oh, here we go. Let me see. The flowers are made up of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. Well, these look heart-shaped. This has a similar structure to this, so maybe? I don't see anything else. This doesn't mention flowers, but I don't see anything else with the leaves that would fit the description, so... I guess if it's wrong, then we have to carry it all the way back to the shop. Oh, good. Let me just jam this plant in the lock. The gate swings open slowly, complaining loudly on its rusty hinges. After a short exploration of the tunnel, I am rewarded. Okay, yeah, heart-shaped box. Okay, okay. Let's see, Aguria. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant. This looks like a head of broccoli speared on a fork. I don't think I have... Well, these are kind of fluffy looking, but I don't think that was the right shape. They don't look like lamb's wool. And let's take these goods. Oh, heck yeah, mushrooms. I'm gonna make the next rude customer just try a sample of each. Smells rotten. Perfect. So we have, like, my Toad Shadow the Hedgehog fusion. Seems to give off a small amount of light. And what do we got here? A viscous white liquid can be seen oozing from its underside. Oh, that's definitely safe to consume. Hey Darth, hey Rainbow, welcome. This is Strange Horticulture, where we are running a plant shop. And also can pet a cat. This is Hellbore. Let's see what the next customer's got. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest, investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. This guy looks like the protagonist of Disco Elysium. Have any of you played Disco Elysium? Because he kind of looks like him. And he's an investigator, of course. Even more so, Disco Elysium. Reuben works with the police on murder cases. He is a kind, good-humored man, but beneath the mask he is deeply sad. His only child, a daughter, had seemed troubled for some time before running away from home several years ago. The victims whose stories he tries to uncover are all somebody's son, somebody's daughter. The search for answers drives him forward, piecing together the logic of life and death. A discount version of that dude mixed with Keanu Reeves. I wish I could do a Keanu Reeves impression, but I really can't. Nor do I want to disrespect Keanu Reeves by doing that. Okay, Fox Button, let's see. An offering of Fox Button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. Okay, let's... Oh, these have leaves. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. These are very rounded looking, though. And these aren't... I'll table you as a maybe. What else I got here? I'm just gonna move you over so you're not, like, all the way in the corner by yourself. What is this? Smells faintly of wood smoke. Feels like a rough glass paper. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, that's all that matters. Disco Elysium is good. It's very much unlike any other game I've played. It smells of nothing that I can detect. This looks more likely. These leaves are in pairs, but they're rounded. Unlike this one where it's, yeah, they're pointy, I think. Again, if this is wrong, I'm not responsible. All customers must sign a waiver. Excellent. Brimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draft made using leaves from the brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. So we could just make Link shotgun, like a poultice of these, and then he can climb... What's the big snowy mountain in Breath of the Wild? It's not Mount Hylia, is it? I can't remember. I always forget place names. All I know is that in Breath of the Wild there is a little splotch of land named after Linebeck, which I'm very glad for. I guess I could go exploring, but I mean, I don't have anywhere to go, and I'm worried I go somewhere and it's gonna be, oh, bad vibes. Oh, why not? How about Foxfield? Is Foxfield terrible? Foxfield is a simple, welcoming place. I am tempted to pay a brief visit to an old friend who is a brewer with his own small tavern in the village. In the end, I decide not to. Plenty to be doing back at the shop. Why can't you get a pint to go? Come on. The lake is highly... Isn't the mountain also called something similar, though? That's gonna bother me. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of the St. John's puppy. There's a medium using the room, illegally, I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plot you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. That is very petty. Harlequin blue. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of the dead souls trapped within the plant. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, bushy blue flowers. So it's not you. You're bushy. Blue flowers, light, airy scent. It's got like a... I don't know what you would call this little protrusion here. Again, I feel like I should have brushed up on my plant anatomy before stream, because it's been a long time, but this looks reasonable. If you turn the sketch like 90 degrees. Heber Mountains, okay. Maybe that's why I'm stuck on the letter H. I don't think it was Mount Lenario. Oh, sorry, there's 3 huge mountains. See how... I missed the shield surfing minigame for the longest time. I also forgot you could shield surf for a long time. Like, they teach you about it at the beginning, and then I immediately forgot. Shimmerlung. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large ridge leaves. This reminds me of something, like an item you would find in a Zelda game, actually. I don't know what specifically, it has that look to it, like a collectible you get in Majora's Mask. Heber is the one you can surf down. Why am I so bad with place names? Oh, hello. You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduinia bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. Bethany Coleman. Beth was born into a loving family but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young and left home at 14 to join the sisterhood of Arduinia. Arduina. The head of the sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduina. Now her mentor has been murdered and Beth is looking for answers. She's a witch. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a description for the rude guy. Hang on. Isidore Burbridge. Oh, the barrister. Oh, he's a rude lawyer, I see. Burbridge is a rich man who inherited a fortune, but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger, so your average coffee shop customer. I joke. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. I knew we should have given him like a toxic plant. Mary's breath. Let's see. We rush into that coven guns ablaze with a torch and a bottle of water. Well, they haven't done anything to hurt us. Maybe they pay well. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. Do you chew on the leaves then? Water sausages. Vein leaves have a waxy finish. Okay, so waxy leaves, and they've got veins on it, so maybe. I don't want to jump the gun. Or you? No, the leaves are not right. Nice color though. Very 90s. Nobody ever asked for Gary's breath. You definitely don't want that one. What about you? Leaves are waxy, but they don't have the veins, so I mean, you might also be a maybe, but I'm not confident in you. Well, we already know what you are. Clavilium. What are you? A single pink flower that smells pleasant. I like this one. Well, this one says veins, and I mean, it might be this one, but this one definitely has veins visible on it. I'm just gonna eat a water sausage. If you got a plant wrong, would the customer even tell you? They're gonna leave me a bad review on Yelp. Which, maybe in, like, I'm not sure if this is like the Regency era or Victorian England or whatever. Maybe, there's like they'll put like something in the newspaper. Let's see, what do we got? A letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It is from a witch. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen, and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lake shore across from Torver. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduina. I like their logo. The freckles are cute. One word Yelp review. Horta uncultured. Oh, oh. The game has been humoring me this whole time. Okay, let's see. Grisdale Forest. Oh, it's right here. A mile from the lake shore across from Torver. Okay, so here's Torver. So this is... Well, this is the... So, like, this shore. So would it be here or would it be here? I mean, this is, like, right next to the shore. But it says a mile from the shore, so... They did say they're deep in the forest, so probably this one? As soon as I step off the road, two members of the Sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Oh. Oh, okay, so that wasn't correct. How did... I can water my plants, okay. Presumably I don't have to, like, water them normally. They imbibed their Yelp review in their obituary. Or IMS? Wait, I'm not reading that right. I don't think you can drink your obituary. Come on. Let's water Moe. Moe's cute. I want to give them all names. In bed. I feel like it would be a slow process to give every plant a name. Okay, here we go. Okay, so a mile from the lake shore. Maybe it is this one then? Because I guess it's not right in the middle. Oh, here we go. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I am ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door, along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. Wren. Something about this reminds me of Papers, Please, but without the time crunch and just the dystopian pressure weighing heavily on you. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death, and sweet to those who have not. Isn't this just the moe plant? Well, it says no flower, so it's probably not moe. Plus, moe has very fetching curly leaves. So these, okay, so we're looking for long leaves that kind of curl a little bit, and there's no flower. What about you? You don't have a flower, and you've got a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. What have we done? So when it says known death, like been in the presence of it, they're really raggedy looking leaves compared to these. But, well, that's not the right shape. And it doesn't have a flower, and I don't think it's going to be one of our cool mushrooms, and this doesn't look right at all. And this doesn't look right at all, so here you go. Either works or it doesn't. Moe is the final boss. There we go. I extract a sample of the arta's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants, which I am grateful for. I keep zooming in by accident. Gomene. A witch tried to stop me, but she changed her tune the moment I spoke her true name. Gray Sandfire. Sandfire has a tough outer bark which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. It's not you, is it? Faintly of wood smoke, and it kind of looks like a little fire, don't it? Maybe that's you. I'm gonna take a drink of water, one sec. Moe is the final boss, which sounds like something a random anime fan would say in a web form in 2008. I gotta fight some sweaty nudes Dakimakura. Sweaty nerds nude Dakimakura. Wow, that came out the wrong way. Alright. New plants acquired. I got some tubes. I got some thorns. The screen did zoom in. That's me hitting the scroll wheel. That's an accessibility feature, it seems, where if you can't read text, you can zoom in or just have a better look at your plants here. So don't be alarmed. That's just me hitting the scroll wheel. Where's my new friends? Let's see. It has a pleasing scent. The leaves have stiff ribs. Oops. I like the colors on these plants. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. What do you mean don't put it in your mouth, count 3? Is that my legacy now? It's a feature. Oh, you again.
I'm this close to reporting you, half-wit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right.
Oh, we have options. Oh, I need to think carefully about which plant to use here. My actions could have consequences. Okay, so we got Butterdale. Stewed and mulched to form a poultice. Okay, to cure skin rashes. And Meekdew. Touching the skin or the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Oh, Darth, don't put it in your mouth is a Canadian PSA that was on TV in the 90s that involved a couple of horrifying puppets singing, "Don't you put it in your mouth, don't you put it in your mouth, don't stuff it in your face." So it's teaching children not to put junk in their mouth. And the puppets are horrifying. If you just look up, "Don't put it in your mouth," I'm sure you'll find it. It's the Canadian government's legacy I'm just perpetuating. They're joined by other horrifying puppets too, but like the little blue children puppets are definitely the worst. What do you folks think? Do we give him the poultice? Or do we give him the equivalent? I was going to say the equivalent of giving him decaf, but no, it's worse. As a barista, I have never given someone decaf when they want calf, and vice versa. No matter how rude they are, because my integrity will not allow it. And I've also heard some people can actually be sensitive to the process used to decaffeinate beans. And I would never want to make someone sick, no matter how much of a jerk they are. Give this guy belladonna. Oh, thank you, Dak. Despite their efforts, they couldn't stop the Tide Pod challenge. I gotta give it to him. All right, which uses Meek do? Okay, smaller florets. So we're looking for like a cluster. Let's see. Small leaves, delicate flowers. Well, let's zoom in. Okay, yeah, see the shape of the flowers with these 4 kind of rounded square edges. This looks like Meek do. Here you go, Mr. Burbridge. I mean, if he's dead, he can't leave us a bad review, right? I don't think this would kill him. Yeah, I know a lot of baristas joke about like, oh, they're so rude, I'm gonna give them decaf, but I would never do it. Here you go. Storian. The dark red fruit should not be ingested under any circumstances, as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. A cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phloem of the storium. I'm going to assume, is there a way we can, like, slice a plant open? Spitting kind of barista, excuse you. Dead men write no bad reviews. Again, I don't think we have anywhere to go. Like, I could just visit a place, but I don't think... I'm worried where I'm going to get, like, oh, this place has bad vibes, and I take psychic damage again, whatever that is. Oh, I thought this was Jake's Rake, and that would have been a better name. Let's go to Sadgill, because it's, I mean, how could you not? Maybe it's the life of the party. As I approach the small hamlet of Sadgill, the clouds thicken and the skies darken, echoing a sudden pensiveness that washes over me. A crow lands on the wall ahead, its beady black eyes fixed on me as if to warn me of an impending danger. I push on in search of strange plants, but find nothing. Should have listened to the crow. So I don't know if there's anything at places that we're not instructed to go to. At low sanity, the plants start talking. Sign me up. You'll add a note to your will then, saying if you die to leave a review on something as did it and died, 2 out of 10 would not recommend. So you died, but you still gave it a 2. Why did you give it a 2? North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rusland, south of Crinkle Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. I'm not sure what this is, if this is a vision we're having in our dreams. Psychic damage is when your green meter goes down, exactly. At lowest sanity, it wants you to feed it, Seymour. Okay, let's see here. So, north of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rusland, south of Crinkle Crags. Okay. Okay, here's Lowick. So, east of Lowick. And here's Rusland. Rusland. So, okay, so somewhere in this column, I would assume. And then... Okay, here's Hawkshead. So north of Hawkshead and south of Crinkle Crags. That's a fun name. So south of here. So it's this spot, yes? Newgrounds-esque review. I died IRL 10 out of 10. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger, and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. Very nice. We're just grabbing these and shoving them in our pockets, not in our mouths. Let's see. Dark blue flowers. Smells like sweet rhubarb. Bright red flowers grow at the end of thin stems.
I'm looking for a plant. Lady of... what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed Drea, that's for sure. My mind isn't all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline.
The Lady of Summer! Morri? Let me have another look. Just make sure. Leaves curl round delightedly, which combined with an attractive flower and hardy nature. Morri. Just gonna make sure. Okay, yeah. So I think that's an attractive flower, and then the leaves curl round. There is this one again, but I think Moe is a little more bell-shaped, like it's a little curled inwards. And again, the leaves aren't curling as much as as Moe. So I think Moe is Our Lady of Summer. You thought 0 out of 10 would be a bit too on the nose, and people generally don't take 1-star reviews seriously, so you gave it a 2. I like that you've thought this out very clearly. Fennel. Chewing through the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Interesting that people are more likely to give something a 10 than a 9 and a 1 than a 2. With extremes in either direction, it's hard to make that distinction sometimes. I think the problem is that, like, if you leave a review for a place, my understanding is that if you give anything less than perfect, it's counted as a 0. Because, you know, corporations. So I try and give, like, if I had good service, I'll give at least the representative a review.
They say the odd has been killed. I know a lot of people didn't trust the sisterhood, but it seemed to me the odd always looked out for the less fortunate.
Kind of eerie how they just step back and vanish. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Oh, the one that I said Link should shotgun. What was it? Brimlock? Yeah. Too bad we didn't have any Lady of Summer to help the old guy who showed us those flowers. Well, if I had known, I would have brought it with me. Okay, Great Gable. Great Gable. Man, my throat's really bugging me today. Wish I had a cup of tea. This feels like a good game to have a cup of tea for. Am I staring at it? Am I staring at it? Probably staring at it. Oh, there it is, way up in the north. People are more likely to tell others about their experience if it was really good or really bad, hence 10s or 1s. That makes sense. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I am still some distance from the summit. I am freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Unless... Okay, so this time you do put it in your mouth. Okay. Warming effect. Small yellow flowers, waxy and tough leaves. Well, this Gandhi root. It's not winter, is it? I don't think. That's the only yellow one. This had waxy leaves, right? Smooth, waxy leaves. Yeah, and it's got the one ridge. Maybe you? If you had something that was decent, you're not going to immediately go home and rate it unless you're weird, you. Bro, I just went to this incredibly incredibly fine and predictable restaurant. Solid 5 out of 10. Would neither recommend or not recommend. It was totally fire, by which I mean fine. Let's put it in our mouths. Okay, good. And if we get hypothermia, it was wrong. I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. Sunset Mount Cap, not Mount Trap. The sunset Mount Cap is a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking Mount Cap as a result of its unpleasant odor. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. I have no strong feelings one way or the other, the neutrals from Futurama. If I don't make it, tell my wife hello. What do we get? I love seeing the new friends we get, by which I mean plants. Plants are friends. Gray-blue flowers with an orange center. You've given that review to people drunk in certain neighborhoods. This place is cursed. Oh, this plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please, take it. I want nothing more to do with it. Sure? It's like a mushroom on a stick. Sure, I'll take your mushroom on a stick. A mushroom-like plant with red spores growing on it. So mushroom-like? Is this not actually a mushroom on a stick? Does it just look like a mushroom? Is it a mushroom taking over another plant? If you're ever given a survey for a business, you always rate the service as a 10 out of 10 if you didn't have a negative experience. Yeah, when I got a new phone a few weeks ago, I made sure to give a really good review. Even though I don't love the company, the person who helped me was really great. And I know if you get a bad review, the employees might get in trouble. I'm like, no, I do not want this person to get in trouble. Hellbore! Always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favor to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and could use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. Was it herbology? I guess in the British English you'd say herbology. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Here, take this. Oh, so you're our librarian friend, Simone. Simone loves books and reading. She is also irritatingly organized and has begun the overwhelming task of rearranging the library at Ambleside. Her new system works, but it will take years to catalog every book, scroll, pamphlet, and diary. In the meantime, every day yields new discoveries, buried fragments of ancient knowledge resurfacing to light like arrowheads to archaeologists. I like you, Simone. Common trouse. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. You have to this day never rated a video game a 10 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. You feel this hardcore. But what about people going, oh my god, best game ever? Okay, so red pike. Oh, here we go. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable. and the view's majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I am after. 7.8 out of 10, too much water. But lots of good horns. Oh, hydrate, thank you. 1 sec. Metroid Prime is one of your favorite games of all time. 9 out of 10. I think that's fair, though, because even if a game is really great, if you've played it enough, I think you can always detect ways it could be improved. You gotta strive for improvement. No flower, sparse leaves. It looked like the picture in the book. So I'm gonna assume Simone has not driven us wrong. It's kind of a cute shape. Like, reminds you of, like, floppy rabbit ears or maybe an ahoge. Like the one I draw in my head. Oh, I'm glad you find it chill. That's what I was hoping for. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behavior in the future. Have you got any Shimmerlung? Verona Green. Wasn't Simone's last name also Green? Yeah. Are they related? Verona has been studying the occult and the mysterious for many years. It started as a hobby but gradually grew into an obsession. She haunts the boundary between truth and tale, seeking out the knowledge that others recoil from. She also brews a lovely cup of tea. I would sit down and have tea with an occultist. This lady does rule. Yeah, she's too coherent to be an Oblivion NPC. Shimmerlung. Were those the things that kind of reminded me of Majora's Mask items? Shimmerlung. Yes. Oh, where's the tube plant? Tube. Where did I... Oh, here it is. Tubes. I can't see any sort of decoration, or maybe that's showing the interior of I guess these flowers. Those what they are in the interior. Here you go. Excellent. There was a bit in the encyclopedia that said that, well, not that the drawing might not be perfectly accurate, but that you shouldn't rely solely on the drawing, and that the description may at times be more helpful. Let's see, Candlewood produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. Oh, isn't that, the description for this one, I think, mentioned long, thin stems, yes. They are red, so I will table you as possibly, I have already blanked on the name of what we just got the entry for. It's bugging me. What? I've already forgotten. Oh well, we'll get to it. Gray Sandfire. No, not Gray Sandfire. That's the burning one. Whatever. Atrocious with names. There's a beautiful plant that I've been looking for all over, but nobody seems to have any. Something... monk brew? I'm not sure. I do know that you shouldn't touch the leaves, though. Meek do? Were you not supposed to touch the leaves? Yeah, touching the leaves bad. Why do you want meek do, miss? Although I suppose it is not my place to ask questions. Enjoy your meek do. Don't tell me what you're going to do with it. I don't want to be culpable. Can I visit another town? I feel like I'm not going to get anything good from any of these towns, but... Kendall. What's in Kendall? I sidestep the busy town of Kendall and head to Serpentine Woods to root around. The shrubs are overgrown and the foliage is thick and vibrant. It feels like the perfect place to find a hidden gem, but I look high and low and nothing stands out. All that promise and nothing to show for it. She has a difficult customer of her own. I mean, it could be worse. She could have just walked in here and said, yeah, I'm looking for a flower. It's red and it's got leaves. Let's see. Oh, my card's busted. Time passed. A year. And then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. Someone has bit my dream card? Oh, it's raining. Marvelous. Let me pet the cat. I need that purr. A soothing sound when you're wearing headphones. Okay, I wonder if this like coincides with like a river or... Here? Oh, that looks good. This space right here. The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds. A reset. I love rain. Can I just say I love rain? Lo-fi beats to label plants too. Let's see, what did I get? A rather unpleasant scent, so don't be rude. Soft, pale blue flowers. Oh, these ones. These are the broccoli florets speared on a fork, I think. They look cottony soft.
The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down? My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones.
Finnet. Oops, not the map. Again, I really appreciate this is like Papers, Please, but I'm not scrambling against a time limit, desperately checking documents and booklets. Papers, Please was a cool game, but also uniquely stressful. Finnet. Long, soft leaves. Okay, not you. No, leaves are too round. It's not you, is it? No, no mention of the leaves. Looks like it might have the right shape. This one? No, I don't think that's right. Yeah, I don't think it's you either. Cream-colored flowers. The leaves are quite soft. Oh, here we go. How is the weather? You know what? Actually rained today, which is astonishing, and it's still kind of cool and overcast. I don't know. Oh, can't see outside from here. The curtains are drawn, but it was still overcast. I hope it rains more. I love rain. I love rain. Soft leaves. Maybe you? Unless I find a better candidate. No, it doesn't look right. Your leaves are the wrong shape. You're pointy. You're already classified. You're all classified. There we go. I stayed cool. But I would love it if the outside was like this. Witch fig. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Curious.
Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood.
I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rusland. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the Sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Kind regards, Verona Green. Let's go exploring. Maybe Helbor attends the shop while I'm out. Okay, northeast of Rusland, so... northeast. I'm not getting my east and west mixed up. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Mellow glow. Let's see here. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. I've got 2 thorny plants, I think. Yeah, so this... and then this one. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. Ooh. Maybe the shape of the thorns is more significant. Because, these kind of curve downwards. There's a couple big ones. And then what about you? These thorns are tinier. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's this one? Okay. Elves! They're elves and they're also witches, I guess. With the help of the mellow glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect that plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. I have a lot of dreams like that sometimes, where I'm not invisible, but I can will myself to be unnoticed by people. Caballia, a rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. I get some more mysterious berries. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. I hope we're handling all these with gloves. Oh, hello. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it. But the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Aguria or candlewood? Let's see. Oh, here we go. So the fluffy one. So it can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Or candlewood. Shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Alright, folks. Do we crank up the intensity of her psychic dreams, or do we shield her from them? If you need help sleeping, just listen to this game's OST for long enough. I've had a few people tell me that they find my voice soothing for when they're trying to sleep, which is an incredible compliment, I find. Crank it up. Let me drink some water, but if people have thoughts, let me know. There we go. I must admit I am a little hoarse today. I feel like work has really been taking it out of me, but I'm also afraid of getting sick. There was someone sitting next to me in the train today, just open mouth coughing, not even bothering to cover their mouth. Okay, what's Auguria? Okay, so this is the fluffy one. Yeah, it's gotta be it. Like blue broccoli. You are staring down that abyss. We have decreed it. Worryless is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. I feel like she probably could have used that, but yeah, it's a little too late.
We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop, and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-figured one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sizergh. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturalist such as yourself.
One of those life story customers. I know the type. Her head looks like a light bulb. Yes, it does. Is quite a face. I know from my art studies that they say when you're drawing anatomy, and of course people's faces can vary greatly, so it's not a hard and fast rule, but generally you'd space the eyes with one eye length apart from one another, so she's like a fish-eyed light bulb. Mr. Sparkle. You are cordially invited to Sizergh Castle, Lord and Lady Elsbeth. Ooh. Scissors Castle. Is this telling me what team I should pick for Saturday? Oh, here's Scissors Castle. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens.
Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims,
pointing out a plant that I do not recognize, but before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next.
And this one too, she says.
I am quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down.
Don't forget these, Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave.
She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. Fever Kiss. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. And some new friends. Well, this one kind of looked like the shape of the Fever Kiss. Small red berries. Oops, sorry, I keep hitting the scroll wheel. And then this one I just got. Small yellow berries. So we have player 1 and player 2 palettes. Mario and Luigi. And then these are funky fresh looking. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Can I grow these on my Animal Crossing island?
I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers and coarse leaves. It helps with my heartburn.
Candy roots. Was candy roots? Oops, coarse? mean, I think that's the only one with yellow flowers. Candy root. Aids with digestive troubles. Yeah, and it's yellow. Coarse leaves. Yes, okay. Here you go. Nice, simple pharmaceutical problem solved.
They say Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. I've come for some stinking mountain cap.
Oh, the smelly mushroom. It's Sunset Mount Cap. Don't be rude. It's very sensitive. Which one was the smelly mushroom here? This one that kind of looks like it has flies circling around it. Smells strongly of soured milk. Bad enough to make my eyes water. Maybe this one. I don't see like these little ridges here. But I don't think... Well, this one said it smelled rotten, but the shape is nothing like it. And this, I don't think, mentioned smell. No. And then this one was... yeah, liquid. There you go. Excellent. Henchuk. The fruit of the henchuk can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. I wish we could cut some of these open. Let's see what our augury has today. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Let's see. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everhard grows. There's an abbey on this somewhere, right? Oh, here we go. Calder Abbey. Alone in the castle to the northwest. Okay, so there's a castle here. And then 3 miles to the east. 1, 2, 3. I like these chill vibes. I did get this game on sale, and I've heard it's not very long. I think its regular price is, I think, $17.99 Canadian. So if it's short, maybe wait for a sale. But I like the vibes a lot. I'm not sure how much I paid for it in the Steam summer sale. Maybe like $5. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows in a low mound. I'm enjoying these lo-fi beats to categorize plants too. New plant acquired. That's cute. Pink flowers. That's all you got. No smell, no texture, no taste. No, we know. Oh, hello, Faye. What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere, and that creature that stands over her shoulder. I almost feel like I can sense its desires. It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with Arduina's protection. I do not know if I am awake or asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. Have you tried petting a cat lately? I find that is good for what ails you. But I suppose if you want, purr. Oh, I got a Chivo. If you want something medicinal, let's see. I went past the... No, I didn't. Worry less. Looks like little rabbit ears. Okay, what looks like it's got little rabbit ears? Or looks like it has little rabbit ears. Usa Mimi. Usa Mimi. This has like a little ridge here, so the leaf shape is close, but not quite. I'll table you. No, this doesn't look correct. Your leaves are rigid, right? Yeah, wrong size. You know what you need, Faye? More psychedelic flowers. I was kind of hoping something would look more obviously rabbity. But I guess that other plant is maybe the closest we have. Where did I put it? Here? Well, it does have flowers, so I'm not confident in this plant, though. One more quick scan before I commit. I don't think the leaves are right here. No. And I don't think you either. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Nope. Wrong. Ooh. Okay, so I take psychic damage if I pick the wrong plant. Did I see another maybe? Maybe it is this one. See, the leaves have ridges in the middle. So maybe this one? The shape, though, is really throwing me off. It's not you. I don't think it's you. I don't have anybody in the corner, right? No. Let's try it. No! Ah, heck. I need some more or less. Where? Maybe if I zoom in a little better, I can see. So it's not you, and it wasn't that one. I'm stymied by this divot here. No. You're the I want to call it the common tuna, but that wasn't it. I don't remember what it was called. Not the common tuna. So maybe it's this one? I'll table that as a maybe. I don't think you're right. A trouse, thank you. I'm impressed you remember that. Trout. The common trout. I feel like the spacing of the leaves is off, and that is not correct. Oh, you thought it was a funny sounding word and they stick in your head. Well, I'm gonna try that other one. I'm still not really confident, but well, it's either, I feel like it's either this one or the one that said it was really nice smelling. What do you think? This one or this one? It doesn't mention if the smell is good, just that it helps ease symptoms of anxiety. These leaves do kind of fold a little bit at the ends, and it doesn't do it in here. They're much perkier here, but again, this little ridge, this divot, I don't know what that is. It almost feels like we're seeing like really up close of the stamen of a flower. I don't want to take psychic damage. Thinking really hard here. Is there any other context clues? Hang on, I'm gonna take a sip of water while I ponder this. Oh, I forgot to unmute myself. Haha. I was gonna say, or what I was trying to say, I'm gonna go with this one because I think a nice scent would be better at easing anxiety. Okay. Hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm blue leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Okay. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west. At least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Right, your common trout. Trout flavored yogurt. Here you go. You wanted to see Faye go on a crazy psychic-fueled rampage. Well, I mean, there's still time. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near the source of the river Winster? I have to admit, I struggle a bit to read cursive writing. I don't do towns. Okay, so west from Sedberg, source of the river Winster. Sedberg. Sedberg is here. Okay. River Winster. River Spirit. River Kent. River Gilpin. I feel like I'm going too far. Is that source of the river Winster? Oh, here we go. River Winster. Here? The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there is no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. So, south 2, east 3. Oh, how kind. Okay, so we were... I'm just staring at it. We were here. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts, where I am greeted by an eccentric man.
Oh, yes, yes,
the man says.
You must take this. Take it, take it.
At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top.
It's no use to me anymore. No use. Don't forget the reds. The red. Ebony.
I am sure that he is quite mad. Oh. Fancy. It's you. It is said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Red ebony. There wasn't a red ebony in our book, was there? That his spelling reminds me of, you ever see a sign that says shop, but in the old-fashioned English style, so it's S-H-O-P-P-E? Do you find yourself wanting to read it as shoppy? Shoppe? There's an extra sound on the end, even though you know there isn't. I don't see the reds. Ebony? Ebony? Aboni. It's probably not aboni. Abalone. Well, I have this now. But I guess I can't do anything with it because I don't have baloney. He's not mad, he's just angry. Speaking of which, I hope that rude guy comes back. I am not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Caballia, like a drear huntsman with their dranthium-covered tombs. That's kind of a morbid way to start a conversation. You could just say, I'd like some Caballia. Now I have to deal with this mortality. Chopin. Okay, Caballia. So it's got 6 petals and looks like 5 protrusions, 5 stamens. 6 petals finding a 7-petal flower. Okay. It's 5. These look like kidney beans. Well, here we go. The flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent. That looks right. Something very 90s about this coloration, like you'd find it on a windbreaker. I don't want to put a plant in here by accident, so I'm just going to put that. Anything else that might be a winner? No. I don't see anything else that might be a winner, so I'm going to say... I mean, this is a very fancy-looking plant. Marvelous. Eyebright. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it loath after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night in even the darkest places. We do have another thorny plant here, but it mentions the thorns are brightly colored, and these look rather drab, so probably not, but I mean, if only we could stick it in our mouth, we could find out. Oh! Your reputation is growing, horticulturalist. I hear you are the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it is being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hop heart. Unknown. Little is known about the mysterious woman in the jade mask. She is occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanor. Faye, your manifestations are becoming, or rather your dreams are becoming manifest. Hop heart. Let's see. Let's see. Firm leaves grow up with stems leading to blue flowers. Okay. You're already labeled. You're unlabeled. What about you? Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Well, the leaves have a little ridge here, which looks correct. And it's got, I wish I could remember what this part of the flower is called. And it's got the, I guess, stamens and I want to say anthems, that's not right. This plant is especially good for people who complain of their heads being torn in two. Yeah, could you describe your ailment in specific terms so that I can find it in my book as written? So you look pretty likely. Do I have any other blue flowers? There's you, but Yeah, the wrong shape. And also hurts to touch, apparently. No, wrong shape. And you're already labeled. So I'm going to say this is Hop Heart. Excellent. Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red spores that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves, and not part of the plant. Oh, is this my mushroom on a stick? Yeah, with mushroom-like with red spores on it, so that may be the Copper Caledonian. My carnival food mushroom. Reuben Ward has called in my unique expertise to aid in his investigation at the Swinside Stone Circle. Unique expertise. He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Gave it a good long thought, actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they've found something juicy down there. Signs of ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do some witch fig to take with me. Always comes in useful. Verona rules, what can I say? Ah, witch fig, witch fig. Similar leaves to the fever kiss plant. Okay. So it's got berries, I guess, and then fever kiss. Hang on. Red berries provide an energy boost. Leaves are pale. Oh, the Mario plant. I could label this one Mario, I guess. But I'm sure if it's gonna be... Oh no, I'm not submitting fever kiss, so hang on. No, keyboard. You know what? Fine, it's Marup. This keyboard is unkind to my tiny fingers. Marup. Alright, Marup. That's my new Mario OC. Okay, so red berries, pale leaves. Yes. And then this one looks like that one, except palette swap. So this one is probably witch fig. Nice. Jacobsworth. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacobsworth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said that they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate, and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out on the fells. Alright.
I'm on my way to the mayor's office to file an official request that your business license be revoked. You will practice your witchcraft on the residents of Undermere no longer. Well, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Isn't Henchuck the one that messes with your memory, and then Storian is, I think, just what leads to insanity? What do we got? Oh, we're doubling down on this guy either way. Highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death? Or the Henchuck? Short-term memory loss and severe amnesia? Hang on, I'm gonna drink some more water. What do you folks think? We're doubling down either way because when you grab the bull, you get the horns. Let me think here. I feel like I gotta make myself a cup of decaf tea with some honey before bed. Hello, Craze! Heck him up. I'm gonna heck him up. Alright, Storian. I mean, he was rude to us. And there's always the risk that the Henchuck wears off. Do what's funny. Like the laws of Mario Kart, you always do what's hilarious here. Okay, Storian. Dark red fruit should not be ingested under any circumstances. It's not Marup. That one is Fever Kiss. So we got this one. red fruits, long flat leaves. I don't think I have any other plants with fruit. I wish I had my VTuber out so I could wave to you, Craze. But please imagine I am waving most emphatically while I am certainly not poisoning this guy. Everybody look away. I'm not. I'm innocent. Well, my hand slipped. I just got an achievement called Extreme Consequences. Royal Gentian, sometimes called Everheart. The pink flowers of the Royal Gentian are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentian. Oh, I wonder if that's because I even thought these remind me of kidney beans. I'll table you as perhaps Royal Gentian. I don't think we have anywhere else to go, so... Not long after, the girl left home. Her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. Your votes for us taking all of our toxic plants and blending them into a deadly brew. What do they call that when you mix a bunch of alcohol together? Jungle juice or something of the sort? As established in a previous stream, I am not a party goyle. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. That's definitely a 2 out of 10 idea. Long Island iced tea. More extreme than that, like several Long Island iced teas blended together. Okay, old man of Coniston. Wasn't there a mountain called the Old Man? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, Coniston Water, the old man. Okay, wanders with the current to the fork. So, here? The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I'm soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Marvelous. I hope I just bring pots with me wherever I go. Just have a satchel stuffed full of pots and soil. Let's see. Light purple flowers. The smell is alluring. Dark purple flowers. Not doing our best with descriptions today, are we? Oh, hello. Uh-oh. Good morning. I'm looking into the disappearance of Isidore Burbridge. Maybe this time he went too far. I could count on one hand the list of people who don't hate his guts. Got a witness says he came in here yesterday evening. You don't mind if I take a look around? I don't mind, but could I offer you a refreshing sample of these red berries? Do I have a... Is there somewhere I can burn this? There's always a witness who snitched. Uh-oh. Are we gonna get arrested? Well, I guess we just call another customer while there's a Bobby poking around a shop.
The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. I have drawn you a map in case you decide it's worth your time. Not if I get rid of everyone. I like the way you think. I've only got so much story in, though. Surely I've got more toxic plants. Okay. An X, and it looks like there's a creature going blah. What did you say about getting caught intentionally giving customers the wrong order? Well, he wasn't specific. He was just like, I'm going to report you. And like, oh, really? I mean, if you're that aggressive, why would you take anything I hand you? Oh. I see this pale spot on the coast. Have looks, and then this is close enough to a guy going, wah.
one? Is it this one or this one? Miss, your map making abilities need work. This one? The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I am overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. Let's find some Victorian off. Blue winter, blue winter. Oh dear. Oh, sorry, winter boar. Okay, I was getting confused. Winter boar. I thought, oh, I don't have that. Also no blue aloe or blue winter. Cool. Oh, I haven't even read this yet. I should read it properly. Also known as blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-gray flowers, winter boar is a hardy plant often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. Oh, this one. Gray-blue, blue-gray. That looks right. And if it's incorrect, we get eaten alive by black flies, I suppose. Wonderful. The blue winter saves my skin, but the swirling mass of insects is so thick in places that it is hard to see. At length I come across what I came for, and hurry away. Geranthium. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Geranthium as Green Eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Make your jokes now, if you must. Ooh, oh, these are some bright thorns. Those thorns look menacing. I'm staying well clear of them. I can't recall the name, but I suspect this is, the one that improves your vision. I mean, someone was gonna make a joke anyway. Get it out of your system. Uh-oh. Hello, officer. Well, I couldn't find anything, but do let me know if you remember anything unusual. I will, officer. I will. You didn't narc on me, right, Hellbore? No, you wouldn't. You're a good cat. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Order was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. The temporary acting Order is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. Oh yes, Jacob's Worth. Let's see. Unusual flowers, but it is the leaves. Okay, which of you has strange flowers? You? The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Let me see. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then... So 3 veins in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd say these flowers are quite striking. Here you go. Solomon's Scepter. Also known, alarmingly, as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem.
It's my wife's birthday and I wanted to get her something special. It was a plant she used to love as a child, but she hasn't been able to find any in years. It's sort of bulb-like and has a strong smell to it, but strong in a good way. And, oh, the flower is more like lots of little flowers.
Oh, where's that? The forest camphor. Okay, strong smell, pungent but not unpleasant. Soft and yellow, the leaves are waxy, and it's made up a bunch of little flowers, so... yes, your forest camphor. Wonderful. Have some Satan flowers. Well, I wonder what happened to Mr. Burbridge. I mean, he just disappeared. He's not dead, so we can't search him for poisoning. This guy looks like Edgar Allan Poe. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. We just met Mr. Poe. A man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption. He grew up in nearby Gosforth, but it is rumored that he spent some time living in Redal Cave. It is not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came to Undermere, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendru. Thank you. I think this guy's from a cult. Or he's trying to get me to join his multi-level marketing scheme. I represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sadgill Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. What do you folks think? Do we join the cult or shun the cult? Culture, not cult. The only cultures I like here are mushrooms. Thank you. Well, we've got until Friday to decide, so... Oh, hey, Verona. I returned from Swinside. I must admit I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the Stone Circle. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though. Grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of the gilded dendra. Do I have a gilded dendra? I could have given that to Isidore. No, I'm not that horrible. Stay far away. Join the cult. Don't join the cult. What's Poe going to do if we refuse? Read us some gloomy poetry. Gilded dendra. Okay, so it's got droopy leaves with a ridge in the middle. Okay, but you're already classified. Okay, there's no ridge though. The leaves are the wrong shape. No. Wrong shape? I think those are the wrong shape. You're already classified. You're classified. What about you? Oh, my fingers ache from handling this plant. The leaves look like the right shape, single ridge, and they kind of droop. Table use a maybe. Do I have any other likely candidates here? No, you're already classified. Your leaves aren't the right shape. You're classified. I've got a better feeling about this one, though. Like, this one looks like it would be called the Gilded Dendra, which I know is not very scientific, perhaps. I mean, it's close to, but I feel like the leaves aren't quite long enough. Would it mention the scent if it was unpleasant? I don't know. Well, let's try this Moe's evil twin. There we go. Maiden Sorrow. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. I would like a few dozen. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend its name. Oh, I wonder if this is maiden sorrow. It doesn't mention how delicate it is, but it is drooping a little mournfully. My aunt died 2 weeks ago and I inherited her house. I've been sifting through her possessions and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines. So strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? No, I just work here, lady. I don't know anything about plants. Royal Gentia. Those are kidney flower, yes? Yes. Where did I put you, kidney flower? There you are. Oops. Yeah. There we go. My uncle died and I inherited this moldy old choppe. Elderfinium. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendros miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. It has an intoxicating scent similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Well, as much as I really want to keep going, I should call it an evening. Because my throat is bugging me and it's late and I've got a long day tomorrow. But let's end the day and get our augury. Do we have some hedge trimmers lying around? I think our only equipment might be that watering can. We are not well prepared. And hellbore. We could get hellbore to chew through anything we need cut. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. I'm really happy if people have enjoyed this stream. I was a little worried that it would be dull, because it's such a chill game, but I've been really enjoying it. I hope you are too. I would like to continue this on Friday, if you would so indulge me, and then Saturday, by golly, I am streaming the Splatfest. You cannot stop me. So we will solve this augury next time. Meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful evening. I will catch you next time, and remember, don't you put it in your mouth. Good night.